Hi, I'm Joan Agajanian Quinn, and welcome to Beverly Hills View. You know I'm a longtime resident, and I've served the city on the Architectural Commission and the Arts Commission. And our guest today, globally renowned handbag designer Timmy Woods, was born and raised in Beverly Hills, went to El Rodeo, Beverly Hills High, UCLA, and the University of Singapore. We're going to find out what she was doing there. Her work is unique, as you'll see today. And Timmy, you're a hometown product.
Oh my God, I really am. There aren't too many at the year that I was born, for sure.
Well, how did you get started in design?
I've been making things my whole life, and I really got started. This is going to sound strange. My mother was a real estate person. She bought and sold a lot of houses in Beverly Hills. So I would play in the backyard of our house that was on Walden Drive between these two big trees. And I was playing one day, and I discovered I was playing with leaves, putting leaves on blocks, and I discovered at that age of 7 years old that there were no color clashes in nature.
Wow, is that right?
It's true. And
you mean everything went together?
Somehow it blends. Everything is synergistic relationships.
Right.
And so that's really what started me making things.
And then did you go right into handbags?
Oh, no. I've done clothing, jewelry. I've worked all over the world. Handbags are just, they're extensions of people's personalities. And these particular ones, they're like little sculptures.
That's what I think your work is like, sculpture. That's why I wanted to bring in this artistic background. But you say your mother sold real estate. Was there any other artistic?
She didn't really sell real estate in the sense of having a job like that. My mother and father were real estate investors.
Oh, that way.
And they built shopping centers.
Oh, that way.
Okay.
But not with an artistic bent?
She was extremely artistic. And there was absolutely nothing that she couldn't do.
And then there's somebody else who was very artistic in your family, because we know his work, Julius Schulman.
Correct. And Julius naturally was one of my favorite uncles, and I played a lot over at his house. He was my father's brother.
Oh, he was your father's brother. There he is on the screen. Such a great guy. And he did photography, architectural photography, right?
Well, he had his own view, yes. He was an exceptional architectural photographer, and he began, as you know, very, very early with a little tiny camera, with a little tiny box camera. And
that's one of his...
That is one of his very iconic pictures.
He is an icon, and he was an icon. And I remember both Garcetti's, father and son, looked up to Julius as the great photographer.
Well, it was very funny. Frank Lloyd Wright, when he looked at his work, because Frank Lloyd Wright was one of the first people that Julius worked with, he looked at his work and he goes, "You young whippersnapper, keep on doing it, and you're not charging enough, so make sure that you get more for your work."
You'll get somewhere one day, right?
And as we know, the Getty Museum bought his entire collection.
I know, he is an icon, and we're so happy he was in Los Angeles. I mean, he's our very own, and he has the Beverly Hills connection, Timmy Woods.
That's true. And I have the only photos that Julius ever took of product shots.
We're going to talk about those, because those were so interesting to me. And as soon as we get into what your product is, which I don't like to say because they're artistic sculptures to me, and I'm going to talk about them from an art world.
Okay.
But you talked about nature when we first started, and you use wood. You use a lot of wood, but you're a conservationist.
Definitely. For every tree that we have to take out, then we replant two. And I try to use trees that have already fallen, and I also try to even use the shavings of trees. I've made paper bags, gorgeous, gorgeous paper bags out of the shavings of the trees.
Really? So one of the woods that you use is the acacia tree.
And acacia
was,
well, first of all, it's indigenous to Southeast Asia. So I like the fact that it's plentiful. So that's why. And also it's
Is
soft.
the wood hard? Oh, it's not.
Well, it depends upon the age, actually, of a tree. You don't want an old tree, and you don't want a young tree. You want a tree that's approximately in the age range of about 15 years.
And why is that?
Because then it's still soft and it's carvable, And it truly takes over 60 days to make a bag.
Is that right?
Oh, gosh.
So what happens? You start with, you have a tree trunk, I guess. What do you do? Walk me through it.
I actually make a film on how they're made.
Oh, do you? Well, walk us through it.
And basically, I take a block of wood, first I make a sketch, and then...
yeah, so you draw.
Because I can draw, okay. So first, I would make a sketch, and then go to the carvers, and I have them cut a block of wood after I give them the dimensions, and then they begin carving, and I sit there with them when they carve, because I am not strong, but I'm really good at detail. So that's how it begins.
You start, so you have the picture, so if you were making this dog...
Yeah, this dog is very funny. This dog was very hard to make. I don't know whether you can see it, but if it didn't have stones on it, you would see all the fur is these scored lines. It's beautiful.
On the wood.
On the wood.
Can you open it too for us?
Yeah. And they all have shoulder straps on the inside. They're really beautifully made.
So this little dog started as a sketch, has the striations from the wood.
Right.
And then and then it's covered.
And well, what happened with this dog is, dogs sometimes are difficult to make because you want to get the right expression. So I actually took my girlfriend who lives in the Philippines, and we took her dog and we sat her dog down, even though that I had drawn it because we needed to get its face. This is called Sammy after her dog.
Oh, it is.
And Sammy really became my model.
And so do you name all of your pieces too?
Most of my pieces have names instead of numbers.
So you know. Well, we were talking about your love of conservation, and Julius Schulman, who is a fantastic architectural photographer, but he went to bat for you, and he photographed some of your pieces for advertisements, or for your book, or for what?
Well, I did them for two reasons. Number one, I wanted them because of my relationship with Julius.
You were lucky that, yes.
Okay. And the fact that I wanted to use them in advertising, and he really wanted to help me to use them in advertising. And that was how we began. And then on during the photo shoots, it was interesting because did you notice some of the things that he mixed them with?
I'm going to talk about that. Let's talk about that because you brought up nature. One of the things was on a cactus.
Yes.
Hanging on a cactus. There it is right there. Look at that. It's fantastic. What kind of bag is that?
Oh, it's beautiful, actually. It's about 10 inches, and that's a wood bag. So here you have the texture that's on the bag, and then you have the color of the background.
And talking about color, the other thing that he did was he used this series of flow blue porcelain. It's so beautiful. Look at it.
That's very interesting because this one, I never thought that the light was on the bag. He used Delft, the porcelain is Delft, and when he shot the shot, he was actually about 15 feet away from the object. And I said to him, I go, how are you shooting that? I don't see any light on the bag. He goes, it's there. And if you notice, the bag is truly in the forefront.
Right.
The handle on this bag, by the way, is semi-precious stones. It's tiger eye and black onyx. But he really captured the essence and the shape of this bag.
Because, you know, he's a photographer. I was doing a shoot with George Harrell. And I said, you know,
nice.
George, how great. Okay, George, there's not enough light on this. He went, yes, there is. He threw a light in the back, one light, took the picture, and it was beautiful.
Oh, my gosh.
So they know what they're doing, right?
I have a Harrell.
We're lucky. We both have Harrells.
Oh, my gosh. He was great.
One of the other things that I thought was brilliant about Julius was he had a real connection to the art world. And one of his friends was Claire Falkenstein, I think. He was friends with Claire. And he shot one of your bags on Claire's piece of sculpture. There it is. It has your bag in the middle, which is fantastic. But what other artists influenced you?
One of my favorite artists, he's pop art. He died.
Roy Lichtenstein.
He is a major influence. I just did a collection in honor of him, and also Matisse. But and what I did French fries.
Oh.
I had a French fries.
A
They're
bag
so
with
cute.
French fries coming
the
out of them?
Well, the bag is French fries.
Oh.
And then all the dots on it are very, Liechtenstein. And then I also did, I did a hot dog. And I put the hot dog with French fries on it, and I made that the whole background. Again, it's very, very...
So very pop. Very pop.
Exactly,
Art.
exactly.
Very pop. We've been talking about Julia, so I mean, we're talking about you too. But one of the things, the other bags that I love were the lips. And those had to have been inspired by Salvador Dali.
Actually, correct.
There's
Very
a bag
good.
with Julius and you holding those.
Oh, he loved those lips. But he was very funny. He loved the ladies.
Ah, that's why I love the lips, right?
Exactly, exactly. And he would have an entourage of women sitting down on the floor. And he was very funny because I would go, "What are you looking at?" And he'd go, "Shh."
Shush. But you, Dolly influenced a lot of people.
Yes.
Sofas, what else? Furniture of different sorts, and Timmy Wood's bags. But let's show. Here's Bai Ling with the bag. So they weren't all red.
No,
These
no,
lips.
not at
Tell
all.
us about Bai's.
Yes, Bai Ling.
Bai Ling.
She's great. Now, in case you don't know who she is, Bai Ling is a Chinese actress, and she's very, very well known over there. And Bai Ling has many of my bags. She's also wearing my earrings.
What? Oh, so that's your design. It's a little zigzag.
They're flowers. Those are flowers.
Those are flowers. One of them had a little zigzag to it. So what material is this?
They're all Swarovski crystals, and they're made of wood.
And what colors are they?
Are you talking about the earrings now, or the
Both. No, the bag.
the bag is crystal, but I have made this bag in a multitude of colors.
Right. That's why I thought this one was so interesting, because it's not the lip color that you used.
No, it's funny. I almost brought it this morning. I've made it in orange. I've made it in fuchsia, in light pink, because it's such a pretty shape.
And Megan, we had a picture of Megan holding the bag too, right?
Megan loved that bag. She used it in lip sync.
Look how great that is.
That was at the American Music Awards.
And one of the other things, we've got this bag up at your lips, and we have another picture of a blowfish, which is also up at your lips.
Oh my God, the blowfish
that
is
one,
great.
Isn't that great?
That's all at Tahiti. I was in Tahiti at that time.
And what is that made from? And where did the colors?
That's made of wood, and if you look at it, and it's very pretty, it's very nicely shaded, and if you look at it, there are like little spikes that stick out of the body of the bag, and at the end of each one, there's a small Swarovski crystal.
Is that right? So it's carved out of the wood?
No, first they're carved, and then they're stuck back into the wood on this one.
Oh, they're stuck back into the wood. And then when is it painted?
Well, after the shape is complete, then it begins to be painted. Now, a bag like this has at least 8 coats of lacquer on it. All these bags, especially the black, and black is very difficult to make.
I know you're besides being in Tahiti, you've been at the White House. You were at the White House, the Reagan White House, and with Margaret Thatcher, we have a great picture of that. But how did you get involved in this political arena?
I think I got involved when I was a kid, because we would always have conversations around the dinner table.
There you are, right there, right?
We would have conversations around the dinner table about what was going on around the world. When I was 16, my birthday present was a trip around the world. And I went with my grandmother to, to the inaugural ball, which was great.
Is that right?
Johnson's inaugural ball.
Oh, right. I was there. I was in D.C. during Johnson's inauguration. We didn't even know each other. Oh, my gosh, I can't believe it. So, but when you went to the White House, the Reagan White House, did you take bags with you, or?
No, this particular thing was his birthday party. So
did Nancy give him a bag, or did he give Nancy a bag?
No, I just went as a guest, honestly. And the person I was with, by the way, was somebody who you might have known.
I saw him. I do know him. What was it?
Yes. He knew a lot of people.
But you did carry your own bag?
Definitely.
And do you remember what it was?
I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was a black lacquer bag with a beautiful Art Deco piece on the flap.
We have this,
The White
House bag,
Correct.
which I think is great. And the other thing that I thought was so great about the White House bag was you have a picture of Miss California holding the White House. Tell us a little bit about this. Look at all the detail on it.
Well, this bag is all Swarovski crystals, and this bag will go to whoever the winner is going to be.
Oh, is that right?
It'll go to either their wife, because we know we're not going to do it to their husband.
Oh.
We'll have to do something else if it's a husband. So anyhow, so this will definitely be given to the winner.
Oh, I think that's fabulous. So this goes to the president's wife, the next president's wife. Does each president's wife get this bag? Have you given it before?
Yes.
It's fabulous. Do they carry it?
That I can't tell you. I mean, I've made thousands of Santa Clauses, and I've never seen anybody wear my Santa Clauses. But I know they all have Santa Clauses. They made so many.
I love this. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about the White House. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. And she's also done flags of many different countries. We'll have her talk about that, too.
Hey. Look at Mommy.
Maybe the light hurts his eyes.
Maybe she's just not hungry. Maybe it's a phase.
Avoiding eye contact is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Hi, I'm Joan Agajanian Quinn, and welcome back to The View, the Beverly Hills View. And I'm here with designer Timmy Woods. And I'm holding this White House bag that she's designed, which is fantastic. And we have a great photograph of Miss California holding the bag, but also in that photograph there's a flag. You're very well known for the flags of different countries. Tell us a little bit about that influence.
Well, I feel that I'm a world citizen. And so, therefore, I do everything I can. Since I travel all the time, I really try to be an emissary from the United States. That is my mentality. So that's why I like to make flags from different countries.
And what flags were they? What countries did you use besides America?
Well, Japan, because I worked in Japan for 13 years. I did television in Japan. So, therefore, I did Japan, France, Spain, Italy.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. The other thing, we talked about the White House. The president's wife gets this bag. We have both sides, the front side and the back side, right?
This, believe it or not, was an extremely difficult bag to make, because here I am in the Philippines and I wanted to make the White House bag. Well, most of the pictures of the White House, believe it or not, are of
the back side. Is that right?
Exactly.
The back side.
Exactly.
Right? That's why I put the front side like
exactly.
that.
So,
right.
So I really had a problem searching for the picture.
That's beautiful. And talking about that, we don't know what party it's going to, but you do individual bags for the parties. You've done Democrat and Republican.
Yes, yes, yes. I support both of them. What can I tell you? And this
they
particular
love
year,
you.
I don't even, I'm not even sure. And there was something that you asked me before that I'd like to respond to. And that's the fact that I think a proud moment for me was I was on the cover of George magazine.
Oh, right. And that was...
And here, I had this beautiful girl was on the cover. I still have a cover. And she was holding a Democrat and Republican bag.
Both bags. And that was Kennedy's. That was
exactly.
Jackie Kennedy's son, right? Who produced the magazine.
Exactly, exactly.
So we have this international flavor going on. You mentioned France. I see here we have the Eiffel Tower. I'm putting it out in front of the White House. Tell us how that came about.
Well, the Eiffel Tower came about because I spent a lot of time in France all the time. And actually, my best friend lives on Avenue Paul Doumer, so I have a bedroom there. And I made the bag, the Eiffel Tower, as you know, was in Sex and the City.
Oh, I know. She's holding the Eiffel Tower, right? There she is, running with that bag.
And there's a funny story about this Eiffel Tower.
It's a different color, though, right?
It is. Unfortunately, it was downtown, and I didn't want to go downtown this morning to get it. But the funny part on this bag, Patricia Fields.
Oh, yes.
Okay, I call my office. I'm in Japan. I call my office, and I go, who came in today? They go, oh, Patricia Fields was here. I said, did you help her? What did she want? They go, we were too busy.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Did the stylist find your bag?
Yes.
And that was Patricia Field who did all the costuming, right?
Exactly. And I've had three other bags on Sex and the City. So anyhow, what happened is, so I called Patricia Fields and I go, Pat, what do you want? She goes, I want that Eiffel Tower that's in your showroom tomorrow in New York.
Tomorrow in New York?
And she goes, we're photographing at 11 o'clock. And needless to say, it got there.
It was there, and it got in the show.
Uh-huh.
And it's fabulous. She's just holding it like a triangle in a way, right?
Exactly.
Just running along with it. Do many stylists find your bags and use them for different shoots?
Yes, they do. I do the Oscar suites.
Oh, you do?
And so that's very helpful for me because of the fact that so many stylists do come up there.
And we talked about the Eiffel Tower. Have there been any other major landmarks, international landmarks that you've used?
Well, I've done Heidi Klum.
For what did she?
I mean, we did Italian Vogue. We've done German Vogue.
Right.
I've done
but pieces of influence. There's Heidi Klum now, right?
Right.
What does she have hanging from her lovely wrist?
Well, that I'm not sure. There were 8 pictures of Heidi Klum with my bags in that particular magazine. And then another one, Stephen Meisel did a major photo shoot. Fantastic
photographers you're talking about. Did you do anything else major like this?
No.
No.
Because I've done minor things. I've done George Clooney's TV show. I've done different little things, but nothing as great as Sex and the City.
When you travel, are you buying things that influence you, or meeting people that influence you?
Well, first of all, I'm a photographer. So therefore, I love to shoot textures. And I may shoot these. One of my favorite places may be the carpeting in a hotel hall.
Is that right?
You'll be amazed at the different textures that are around you all the time. So I'm always shooting pictures of things that people don't see.
Ah, I see. And we want to show things that people can see. So I'm going to hold this up today. You tell us, the colors are magnificent. And this goes with me.
True. And we did do the American Girl.
What is this?
This is yogurt, actually.
It's beautiful. And the Swarovski, and I can see the wood. It just looks fantastic. Okay.
And a little actress by the name of Caitlin Carmichael. Do you know Caitlin? Caitlin loves the bags, so she wears them to a lot of premieres, etc.
I'm going to do this one next.
Now, I like to do things for charity. So this bag will be auctioned off for charity in October.
And I love all these.
Because it has all the signatures from different events.
They're beautiful. And this is
that's the pink ribbon.
Pink ribbon. And then the last one we have that you brought today, which is good enough to eat.
I was walking out the door
and I see this. No crystals, though.
I do it crystal, too. I have it all crystal. But it's so cute.
It's great.
And when I crystalled it, I did all the cherries. The cherries are all crystal.
Oh, there are crystals. I see them
but
now.
I'm talking about they're fully crystal.
Yeah, but I can see them now. Fantastic. This is something very old-fashioned, an old-fashioned banana split.
Definitely. And a good conversational
piece. Strawberry, chocolate, and vanilla ice cream. Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. And before we leave today, there was one picture that to me was so beautiful. It was a white ruffled dress on Christina.
Oh, on Christina.
There it is. Look at
Christina de la Rosa.
It's gorgeous. And your bag?
Yes.
What came first, the dress or the bag?
the bag.
And then they made the dress to go with it. I think it's such a fitting way to finish our conversation because it really shows that you're on the red carpet and you are from Beverly Hills.
That's true. So I'm very happy, and I'm very happy that I was able to be on your show today.
And we're glad to have you. And we are so happy that you watched today. We'll see you next time on the Beverly Hills View.